Hello, and welcome back to Grinds My Gears. So, it's actually been quite a lot of game time since the last recording. I have had to do a bunch of things to try and get the research for fluid wagons done. The reason for this is the science packs to get the fluid wagon done needed lots of sulfuric acid, batteries, petroleum. We don't have petroleum. So we were stuck in this catch-22 where we needed to do some research to unlock the wagons. But to unlock the wagons, we needed the oil, but we couldn't get the oil because we didn't have the wagons. Anyway, I have sort of bodged it. So I cut some lines, I hand carried various stashes around, and I think we now have what we need. So I've managed to unlock fluid wagons. And I'm back at our oil site, and we will see if we can build this train. Okay, so and is it G? Yes. Great. Right, and then we're going to need some fuel for these things. I think I have some in my other train. So I'll go over there and see if I can grab some. Everything's very slow. I'm researching power armor at the moment. These look as if they're ghosted. Is this... Right, I think that might be a ghost. I'm going to grab some chain signals here, just in case. Right, this looks like it contains things that could be used as fuel. Yeah. Yeah, they were ghosted. Good job I noticed, otherwise bad things might have happened. Come on in. Okay. So we don't really have a rail network set up yet, which is frustrating. So we don't have things like a train that's being loaded up with materials for outposting and so on and so on. But before we do that, we will need to have drones and logistic networks to make that all work properly. It's a real pain to get set up otherwise. Right, so we can put a coal in there. One there, one there. Okay. Right, and we're on 174. That seems like there's a problem with one of the wagons. I'm looking for the wagon that isn't 25. All right, that's 11, 16, 21. Okay, it must just be the order that I put the... No. Right, let's give this a name. Oil 1. Okay. That's better. Now it's filling out. Yep. Okay, so now we need to drive this. And why can't I manual? That's better. Okay, so this is a lot of oil. let's head down. And I haven't really decided on what format trains I want to use. Okay, so we're down here. What do I have in this car? Anything useful? Might be able to pick it up. That's better. Okay. Do I have a spare train? No. Do I have spare fuel? Okay. The reason I'm heading up here is because I'd like to get the outposting train because it has things to build train tracks in it. Although I think actually I have some in my useful things I might need later stash. Okay, so let's head back down here. Oh yeah, so I've had to massively increase this silica production. At one point, my research speed was actually capped by how many bottles I had, which is slightly insane. Ooh, I can get planes. Oh, I want planes. Brilliant. Okay. So, yeah, things are being researched, which is great. It's all right, so if we head down here, there's a series of boxes which are things that I'm not currently using, but might need to use in future. Okay, so we've got some rail type stuff. Don't need all of that. How many? We're going to need at least 8 tanks. Okay, let's go back here. To make tanks, you need iron and steel. Okay. Three tanks. I need another 5. Okay. Just that's 6, 7, 8. Okay, how am I doing for? I've got 16 pumps. That's exactly the number I need. That's good. And do I have my rail book? Yep, I do. All right. So let's have a look at the map. Okay, so this is our rail here. I've set up a refinery here. So it's 4 refinery stacks. The idea is to bring in the 8 fluid wagons, have 2 of them entering into 1 stack. Then this is all plumbed together and it's pushing all the petroleum through this, and then the overflow goes into this. That's the idea. So to bring stuff in here, the simplest thing is to go below that copper. Okay, and we may need some landfill. Do I have any with me? No, but I have some in those useful things boxes. Okay, let's head over there. That might be enough. Yep, might be enough. And for now, I'm just going to set up the rail to be pretty much point to point. We can do clever rail systems later. Okay, rail book. So we need to go down. Make sure my roboports are turned on. I am really looking forward to training up bot speed. Okay, on this map, just so that the rules are kind of explicit, I'm very relaxed about landfilling anything that's in the way. There's plenty of stone, and basically if there's water in the way that's stopping me doing what I want to do, I'm very happy to just slap landfill over it. Okay, so if we were to put down a T-junction, yeah, that would go right through the water. Let's have a look. Let's put it down, then we can get the landfill. There we are. The one thing my railbook doesn't have that you see in a lot of railbooks is diagonal components. The reason for that is I just don't ever find myself using them, so I haven't bothered to make them. Perhaps I should use them. Yeah, it's not a thing that I do. Alright, let's get the whole of this print down. There we are. So I'm having to police my bots because there isn't enough charge in this suit. Basically, you can't do anything useful with bots until you have blue circuits. So blue circuits is the next thing on my list. Unfortunately, blue circuits requires proper petroleum, and of course petroleum has been what I haven't had. Okay, so over here. Cool, so I think I can now hop in the train. Is that real? No, good. Being placed now. Okay. And then I need to have a bit of a think about how I actually get off this line and into the refinery. So I don't obviously want to just come off this line into the refinery. That's a bad thing. So I think I probably want to make some kind of loop, but we'll have a look at that when we get there. So I'll take this straight line past it, then we want to make some kind of loop to come off this line, go into the where it's going to be unloaded, and then come back onto this line. Actually, if we look in the rail book, okay, that's a T, that's a cross. So I've got these two pieces. This is a single line off from the main line, single line back onto the main line. So I think those are what I'm going to use. This map has a lot of trees on. I'm not complaining because I need the trees to make bottles, but it's a lot of clearing them. Okay. Sorry, I was just knocking something over on my desk. Okay, so what should we do next? So, planes are unlocked. A gunship, cargo plane, afterburners, and energy shield. I like the idea of a gunship because I have fighters to clear. And I could do it with a tank, but why not try and do it with a gunship? Okay, so what do I need now? I need to put down another long piece. I'm really looking forward to having more than 20 drones, more than 20 roboports. So what do I need to... So that's combat robotics. Follow a robot count, solar panels, logistics, construction bots. Construction bots I have all the tech for. It takes 100, but it takes 100 with the pink. So that's not going to be possible until I have got this fuel, this petroleum in. However, once the petroleum is in, I think we're okay. Yes, I know I could be placing some of this by hand. Whenever I do, I muck it up. I just seem to be congenitally incapable of hand placing rail, so I don't. Okay, this is actually quite a nice bit of rail, isn't it? It's in a nice position. We've got some bits of resources here that we can bring onto the line. We can, once we're in a position to be manufacturing things off site, we can start pushing those up from here northwards into the production areas. We could potentially even have an anti-parallel production bus supplied by trains. So yeah, I think this is going to be a nice thing. So if we had a rail line that came across here somewhere that brought in, or maybe up here a bit higher, that brought in ore, then we could have this rail line bringing in more derived products like gears and batteries and so on. Okay, the gunship research seems to have stalled. Let's have a look. Okay, so it is going. It's just an expensive research. And we've got a little bit of this built up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So maybe 30 pink packs. So certainly we can't do a 100 pack research. Oh, other things I did. So the pink packs. Yeah, the pink packs consume the light blue science fluid. The light blue science fluid, I had a build here which was 1 stack of batteries to 1 of these machines to 4 of these. That was perfectly ratioed for making these potions, but it left none over for anything else. So I put in a second fluid maker, and then I've doubled the battery production. But I think that means this requires about 2.5 to 3 refineries to power it. So, you know, we really haven't got any choice here about putting in a much bigger refinery complex. I'm aware I'm doing a lot off camera in this playthrough. If I didn't do things off camera, you would just be watching me doing very boring things like walking left, walking right, looking at lights. Because this playthrough is slow. Okay, so we are here. That's good. Let's grab that. Okay, and we need to start thinking about how we're going to bring the stuff back in. It was a lot quicker when I policed the bots. I should have... I'm tempted to add nuclear bots to this playthrough, just so that for my personal construction, I've got bots which aren't hampered by recharge. Let me know if you think that's too cheaty. Yeah, but the point of this playthrough is to get to know the mod. So, you know, it's not about purity, it's about playing. Okay, here's a blueprint. This is where I'm going to be dropping off. This is where I pick up. So I can take this, basically, and then reverse the belt directions. I think. Belt directions, pipes. Alright, so that fits really nicely, doesn't it? That's actually already about the right size. Okay, so it's going to go roughly there. So let's line this up with the on-off pieces. Okay, so that would get a train in. We want the one to get a train back out again. So that's no good, but that's fine. Okay, and then to get the train in the first place, that's too far over, but that's fine. Okay, that basically works, doesn't it? So there's no stacker. Yeah, that will do. Okay, doing it like this does create a loop of sorts in the line, but never mind. So there's no stacker. What I'm hoping is that because the train is very big compared to the oil consumption, that the train will be basically in the station and there'll be no need for a second train. There's always the possibility we will have a second site. If that was the case, I will add a stacker, or I will come up with some other trick to make this station single occupancy. Okay. So I can take this piece out, take some of that away, and there we go. Right. So this needs a name, and we're going to call this Science Refinery. Cool. Then I'm going to back this train up out the way. Plus Science Refinery, inventory empty. Off we go. Cool, and that is going to sit there. Well, once it's done a loop of the world, it's going to sit there. Because these are currently facing the wrong way and unpowered. Okay, so let's start by fixing these ones. Okay, and get rid of all the bric-a-brac. Right, so I would like to bring in 2 to each. And what's the best way to do that? Okay, that will do. Okay, these will unload slightly unevenly. I don't care. Okay, that already joined up by accident. Right. How are we doing for lining up? Well, it will do. It's not a work of beauty. Let's just hope it's functional. Okay, so we can reverse these. Okay, so we have crude. That's a question of powering it. Brilliant. We have crude in here. Okay, so the only other thing we need to do is bring in water. And I need 4 lines of water. Okay, let's... Yeah, let's see if we can... Oop, everything seems to be in just the wrong place here. I'm actually quite a fan now of using trains to bring in water, but that's probably not ideal in this game. Not at this stage, at least. Right, off-board pump. Right, we have water. Oh, and we have refining happening. That is pretty cool. Okay, so if we do this, get rid of that and that. So I'm wanting, because it's got rail in, rail snaps. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, so that's the next water, and the underground pipe clashes with the pump. That's the next water, that one threads. That one threads. So the one that doesn't is this one. Right, and that can't reach all the way down, so we need a... Okay, we need that. Then I think we can take this, get rid of the tracks. Yep, that. Okay, grab some more of these. So there, there, and there. Okay, so we have issues with water placement here. This one is going to be fine. This one will be fine once I've squared off the ground. I think. Yep. Okay, this one is a problem. All right, let's come over here. Okay, so I'll need to square this as well. Okay. Awesome. So we have all the water in. The train has come back. Great. Oh, the refineries are backed up, so I wonder what's going on there. Well, I think I'm going to call that a success. We have refining happening. Yep, we have refining happening, so I'm going to call that a success. I will figure out exactly what's going wrong with bits of it later. But it's basically working. All right, I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.